रुद्राणां शंकरश्चास्मि वित्तेशो यक्ष रक्षसां वसुनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुः शिखरिणां महम्. Hello friends, this is the 23rd shlok of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Rudranam Shankarashchasmi, which means I am Shankar among the Rudras, and Vittesho Yaksha Raksasam, which means Vittesh among Yakshas and Rakshasas or demons. Vasunam Pavakascha Asmi, which means I am Pavak among the Vasus, and Meruh Shikarinam Maham, which means Meru among the peaks I am. So in this shlok, again Sri Krishna has provided a lot of references with respect to what has been mentioned in the Vedas, and so we will again have to peel off all these layers of symbology over here to really understand what Sri Krishna is saying over here. So what Sri Krishna says over here is that I am Shankar among the Rudras, I am Vittesh among the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am Pavak among the Vasus, and I am Meru among the peaks. So first he says that I am Shankar among the Rudras. So if you were to look at Rudras, the definition of Rudra is the one who removes your trouble from root. You can see it from the word itself, Rudra, which means Ru plus Dra. Ru means to cry, and Dra means to basically become free. So to become free from crying. So the one who makes you free from crying is the Rudra. So Rudra is the one who basically is the one who uh, removes or destroys all the problems from its root. And what is the thing that can destroy the problem from its root? The problem basically arises because of our restlessness, and if you were to remove this restlessness and become calm and quiet, then most of your problems will be gone. Actually, all of your problems will be gone if you can become quiet. And so the Shankar in that sense is the Rudra who can make you quiet. If you were to look at it, Shankar means Sham plus Kar. Sham means to be quiet or to be calm, and Kar means to do or make. So Shankar means the one who makes you calm. And so amongst the Rudra, the one which will make you calm is the one who is going to destroy your problems forever. The problems arise because of our restlessness. We ourselves, because we are restless and we want this thing and that thing and want to engage with this world, that is what leads to our problems. And if we were to become quiet and calm and just relax and let it be, let it go, as they say, if we were to like that, all our problems will go. And therefore that is the highest problem solution. Your all the problems will be destroyed if you were to be like that. And therefore Shankar is the highest Rudra, and that is what Sri Krishna is, and that's what he's saying, that I am Shankar among the Rudras. After that he says that I am Vittesh among the Yakshas and the Rakshasas. Now Vittesh, if you were to look at it, the meaning of it will be Vitta means to accumulate and Esh means to be Lord. So the Lord of accumulation is Vittesh. So the Yaksha and the Rakshasa, both of them have this tendency of collecting things from themselves. So they accumulate things, they want to accumulate the things for themselves, and therefore all the activities that they are performing, they are all basically motivated by this motivation to collect. And if you are a person who has this tendency of collecting things for yourselves, then you are either a Yaksha or you are a Rakshas. I mean, your nature is either Yaksha or you are a Rakshas. So amongst those kind of people who are Yakshas and Rakshas, who want to collect those things, the Lord of collection is Shri Krishna. So that is what motivates them. I mean, Shri Krishna is the force that motivates us to do whatever we want. And so in the Yakshas and Rakshasas who have this tendency of collecting things for themselves, Shri Krishna is that tendency, and therefore he is Vittesh. Then he says that he is Pavak among the Vasus. Now, Vasu as such comes from the root word Vas, and Vas basically means to love. I mean, we know that wherever we want to live, that's where we perform. We say that to live is Vas, right? In Sanskrit, Vas means to live at a place, and we live. We always stay near the thing which we love, and therefore we always remain at a place, mentally at least, to the thing that we love, you know. So that is where this root is coming from. So Vasu is the one who then is the one who loves, because the one who does Vas is the one who is Vasu, and Vasu is the one who loves. And so the highest love in itself is the love of God. And so in the Indian tradition, Vasus are the attendants of the Supreme Lord. You can see that. I mean, if, whoever you love, that is the one whom you take care of. And so the one who loves God takes care of the God, of the Supreme. And so that is what is Vasu. And Vasu is becoming Vasu out of love. And love basically comes from purity. For if you are to love the Supreme, then you have to be pure. Without that purity, you will not be able to love the Lord. You will start loving something else. You will start loving wealth, or you will start loving power and things like that. So if you were to start loving those things, then you're not Vasu anymore. So if you want to be an attendant of the Lord, if you want to be the one who loves Lord, if you want to be a Vasu, then you have to have purity within you, and that purity is what is Pavak. If you were to take Pavak and understand its meaning in Sanskrit, then in Sanskrit Pavak means pure. I mean, it also means fire, but fire is the agent which makes you pure. The reality is Pavak is pure. That is the root of Pavak. So purity is what makes you a Vasu, and therefore in the Vasus, Sri Krishna is Pavak, because he is the force which defines you. And so a Vasu is defined by his purity, and purity is Pavak, and that's why Sri Krishna is Pavak among the Vasus. Finally, he says that in the peaks, or in the mountain peaks, I am Meru. Now, Meru is the mountain peak around which this entire creation revolves in the Indian tradition. That's what it said. In the Hindu tradition, Meru is the mountain around which the entire creation rotates and moves. And since this entire creation rotates around Sri Krishna, he is the center of this entire creation. Therefore, he is Meru among the mountains. So that is what is the symbology over here and the opulences of Sri Krishna. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you in the next video. Take care.